This is Dr. Lotus Riché sharing with you 15 minutes of success, coming to you with successful entrepreneurs all around the globe that's going to share with you what they do to be successful so you can too. Hello, and welcome to another edition of 15 Minutes of Success with Dr. Lotus Riché. You saw that tongue tie? Yeah, I saw it too. Let's try this again. Welcome to another session of 15 Minutes of Success with Dr. Lotus Riché. I am super happy to have you here today, and I've got a fantastic guest that's coming along with us today. He's going to share his mind, his heart, his skill, and his wisdom as he shares his 5 tips that has really contributed to the success that he has had throughout the history of his career. He is a magnificent author. He's the leadershipologist, and most importantly, he is a person that doesn't mind reaching out across the world to help people just like you and I be the very best that we can be in our business and in our life. And you are going to have a sensational time today hearing from this amazing speaker, amazing author, entrepreneur, and of course, the leadershipologist that's changing the world and taking the world by storm and improving lives. So as we get started today, I would love for you to let us know where you're coming in from. We always have people from all around the world that join us as we make an impact, as we share 15 minutes of success, tips and tools and strategies that are life-changing, that help people all around the world to make their world a better place to be, whether it's in their personal life or business, and even how they serve and also how they are served. So let's talk about our amazing show from yesterday. We had a great show yesterday with Jill Reynolds, who is a part of this amazing conference that I'm speaking on. That's right, the Being the Best You conference. And hopefully today we'll get a little secret sauce from our guest, Mr. Velton Showell III, about his part that he's going to have as a speaker during this amazing conference. So as you come in, please again, let us know where you're coming in from and go ahead and tag a friend and tell them to come on in. And so we're going to give you some time and opportunity to share this broadcast with your friends. So let's hear a word from a couple of our sponsors, of course, and some of our commercials as we usher in. So tag, you're in. Go ahead and tag your friends and tell them to come on in and let us know where you tuning in from. Many people are trying to get in front of people on social media and don't know how because they don't know how to live stream. Well, you've come to the right place at the right time. And if you want to get noticed, you need to see Lotus. So reach out to her at www.lotusigniteyou.com. That's www.lotusigniteyou.com so that you can get in front of the people that need your services and your products today.
I had the opportunity to work with Lotus Riché and her team to create a promo video for my business. And let me tell you, she and her team are pretty darn outstanding. I had recorded a video that we were going to use in the promo. And during our meeting, they actually walked me through what worked in the video, and they provided suggestions for improving the video so that I can actually capture the audience and the clients that I want and the people that need my services. They actually told me what I could add to the video and how to set the entire thing up so that when people watch that promo, they will come away knowing who I am, what I do, and why they should contact me. So if you have the chance to work with Lotus Riché and her team, you are not going to be disappointed.
It's it's that time to bring in our amazing guest. And many of you may have seen him on social media platforms all around the world. He is known as the leadershipologist, but I don't have to tell you that. I'll let you hear a word from him before we go backstage and bring him on to you. So don't forget to share this broadcast and let us know where you're coming in from. Here's a word from our upcoming guest.
Hey, it's Velton W. Every day brings us new opportunities to do something great for ourselves and do something great for others. Leadership is our way of sharing our gifts with those around us to help them to be the best that they can be. I wrote this book, Leadership Dynamics, The Principles of Leadership, to give us some information, some guidance, and some tools to help us help ourselves, help others, and make the world a better place by helping the people around us. Only you can stop you, but you can help others. I'm Velton W, and I look forward to your impression of the book, Leadership Dynamics, The Principles of Leadership. Take care.
Woo woo! Welcome our guest, Mr. Velton W III.
Well, hello there, Lotus. How are you? Good to see you.
I am doing fabulous. And of course, I am so happy to have you here today on 15 Minutes of Success with Dr. Lotus Riché. And for all our viewers all around the world, we welcome you to 15 Minutes of Success. I say, grab your notebook, grab your pen, and come on in, because note takers are money makers and note takers are change makers when you take those notes and you put them into action. So, Velton Showell III, how are you doing today? And what wonderful tips do you have in store for us?
I'm doing fantastic, Lotus. Every day is above ground is a good day, is what my great grandfather used to tell me. But you know what? I'm blessed. I really am. It's been a great year. 2022 has been a fantastic year. We're on the backside, as so they say, of COVID. So things are starting to open up a little bit, even though I want my people out there to be careful and to be smart about what they do and how they do it. Don't just go out there and jump into it. But life's been good. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's prosperous. And so what can I say? I'm just thrilled. And I'm thrilled about the conference that's coming up.
Yes, I can't wait for the conference. It's going to be magnificent. But the huge thing about it is that you're going to be at the conference. The leadershipologist himself is going to be there helping us leaders, entrepreneurs, because guess what? We lead in every area of our lives, whether it's just being a father or just being a mother or being a mentor. We lead, and you help us with your amazing book, your programs, and your techniques and strategies to help us improve every facet of leadership. So I can't wait to hear what you're going to be talking about at the conference. So let's get right into some of the tips that have made you successful, because it's without question, you have spoken on many live stages, virtual stages with some of the top speakers on the planet, with you being one of them. In my opinion, you have such a dynamic way of teaching people. And so I know this didn't come just by happenstance. I know you've had some life experiences that has led you to them. And I'm so happy today that we have you here to share the 5 success tips of the day on 15 Minutes of Success with Dr. Lotus Riché. So let's get right into it. Tell people first a bit more about you.
Well, it's interesting. You just touched on one of the first tips, and leadership is a very dynamic situation, because the first person in life that you lead is yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, you might be leading a family, you might be leading an organization, a company, but the first person that you lead is yourself. So the first tip and the first thing that I use to make myself successful is to make sure that every day I show up with the best version of me. Now, it's one way to just show up. It's very easy just to show up. But how do you show up? Do you show up with the best version of yourself? Do you show up, number one, do you show up on time? Because being on time is a reflection of who you are. People look at you a certain way based on the way you show up, and if you show up on time. There's 2 sayings that I love. The first one is early is on time is late. And sometimes late gets left out.
Yep.
So make sure that you're on time. If you're not, the second part that I love, and I love this quote even more, it says, if the first time you're late, you're sorry. The second time you're late, you're sloppy. The third time you're late, you just don't give a damn. And that's how people look at you when you show up. So show up on time with the best version of yourself. Be willing to do the hard stuff. Willing to do the heavy lifting, because everybody's watching you, especially if you are in a leadership role in a family or an organization. The last thing I'll say about this, one of my favorite clips, there's a dad and he's on the floor doing push-ups. And the caption says, I was going to give up. And then I've noticed who was watching me. And his little son was laying on the floor next to him in a push-up position, trying to emulate daddy. Wow. So when you show up, make sure you show up with the best version of you.
Wow. I love that. I love that. So who taught you that?
Well, I've been blessed. I've had a lot of different people who've touched my life from the time I was a child all the way through my adult life, in my career in corporate America for over 30 years, and then in the business world today. The key is, if you want to be an expert, surround yourself with experts. Or if you want to be the best that you can be, surround yourself with people who are striving to be the best that they can be. Like-minded, achievement-driven, grounded individuals who are looking and searching for excellence, and you'll find it together.
Awesome. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. So thank you for sharing that. So what is the second wonderful, amazing, empowering tip that you'd like to share with us today?
The second thing that works for me, and it works for everybody, is confidence. Yes. Now, here's the secret to confidence, because everybody says, well, I'm confident. I'm a confident individual.
Yes.
Confidence is a two-way street, or confidence is like a scale. It has a balance. You have to know your strengths. What are you good at? What do you love to do? What would you do every day to the best of your ability, with all your energy, with all your power, with all your input, whether you got paid for it or not? That's your passion, but your passion is what drives your strength. That's what you're good at, because you want to be good at it. You love it. You really are invested in it. But here's the other side of confidence. You gotta know your limitations. What are you not good at? What don't you like to do? What do you do half-heartedly? What have you failed at doing? Because failure is a temporary situation. The only thing that makes it permanent is giving up. But when you know your limitations, the confidence in you will allow you to admit, I'm not good at that. That's not where I excel. I need help with that. And in that help, there's a lesson. Because there are people that you can surround yourself with who are the reciprocal of you. That's their strength. Where they have limitations, you have strengths. Where you have limitations, they may have strengths. And your confidence allows you both to exist or coexist in an environment that allows you to be stronger together than you would be separately. But it's confidence in your own abilities and who you are that allow you to exist in that kind of an environment.
Wow. That's power. That's power. Having that confidence and knowing, but it's not just enough to know. I like that you talked about confidence having balance and knowing your limits, because a lot of times we can be overconfident because we've underprepared, right? We think we're prepared, but we're overzealous when we're going in, and we don't really understand what the limits of that confidence is. And sometimes we push so much confidence sometimes that we can push people away. Well, wow, I like
you're
that.
Absolutely right. I love that, because here's the issue that a lot of people run into. They get the title, yes, and they think that the title is the big print, but the fine print says confidence. in the fact that I know everything. And in reality, the title doesn't make you a leader.
Exactly.
The title may create a false sense of confidence.
That's true.
Because you're missing the fact that you're not good at something, and you won't admit it. Dr. George Fraser said something to me that I love. He said, if you walk into a room and you find that you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
In the wrong room.
So that's not confidence, because I want to go into a room where I'm not the smartest person in the room. I'm confident enough to know that I'm in the room for a reason, and I'm going to learn because the people in here know more than me about certain things that I need to get better at.
Right. And, you know, sometimes when we're overconfident, we don't treat ourselves right sometimes, and we don't treat other people right. So we got to be really careful with that. And I love how you progress and share about that confidence and having that balance and confidence, because if we don't, we could really do damage to ourselves rather than helping ourselves. And we think it's all confidence and it's all the big head. And my dad used to say, you know, no one knows everything about anything. And I love that statement. Very because smart, that's the truth. So let's talk about your third tip that has continued to make you successful.
Well, this you just led right into the third tip. And the third tip, and it's like the golden rule: treat people the way you want to be treated. That will keep your confidence in check, because if you treat people the way you want to be treated, you have compassion, you have empathy, you have understanding. Yes. You know, LEAD is an acronym. It's not a word. It's an acronym. The word LEAD is an acronym, and it stands for listen, empathize, take action, and deliver results. People want you to feel as though want to feel as though you're listening to them.
So, Velton, I want to back up a little bit, because I'd like you to recite that one more time. And I'd like one of our listening audience, someone in our audience. I see Terrence Leffridge and Mark Annette and Angie. They're all there, great speakers and wonderful leaders. I'd like one of you to put this in the chat, please, because it's critically important what you just said. So, Velton, I'm going to ask you if you could repeat what you just said and give them time to make sure they put it in. Okay, Velton, you go.
Well, and I'm hello to all of them. They're good friends of mine, and they're phenomenal speakers. And many of them have shared a stage. We've shared a stage together. But LEAD is an acronym. It's not really a word, and it stands for listen. Because people want to feel as though you're listening to them. They want to understand. They want you to care. So they want to make sure that they're not just out there listening to you, but you're truly listening to them. The E is for empathy. People don't value what you have to share until they understand how much you care. And caring is showing empathy, being empathetic towards the issues that are challenging them on a daily basis. The A is for action. You got to take action. People want results. They want you to do something. Don't just listen, don't just empathize, but do something, whatever you can do about it. Because at the end, the D is for deliver. They want you to deliver results. When you're in a leadership role, people want you to take action, but don't just be a hamster on a wheel going nowhere. They want you to deliver some kind of results that they can appreciate or understand. They're not always going to be the results that they want, but you're delivering something so that they know that you've taken action, you've shown empathy, and you've listened to what they had to say. Deal? Fantastic. Or no deal? I just took the lead and went backwards.
I say deal. So, folks, I highly encourage you, write these amazing tips down, because I say this frequently when I'm on this show, that people pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to get these amazing life-changing strategies and tips, because they've all come from life experiences of many great thought leaders, many amazing influencers, non-influencers. I like to say the non-influencers, because some people are maybe not globally known for the influence that they have, maybe on a global platform, but they are still influencers, okay, who make a huge difference in their personal lives. So I just want to let you all know that these amazing life-changing strategies and tips, write them down, because once you write these things down, you've got them in your notebook of life to help you pivot when it's time to pivot, make the changes when it's tough to make those changes. And Velton, listen, empathy, action, deliver. uh, Amazing. So thank you so much for sharing that. And that pushes us right into your number 4 tip. Tell us about your number 4 tip and why is that so important?
We can spend all of our days finding or thinking about the things that should have happened, could have happened, but didn't happen. And we end up finding ourselves in a negative spiral. Whether we're leading others or we're leading ourselves, we got to keep a positive attitude. You've got to, for your own mental health, there used to be a saying called PMA, positive mental attitude. And checking your positive mental attitude will keep you from taking high blood pressure medicine, maybe doing drugs, maybe getting fired or in a divorce situation, or just in a confrontational mood. That's number one. Number two, when you focus on the positive, when you meet someone else, your conversation is constructive.
Yes.
It's not negative. You know, people who are positive are always looking to expand their knowledge, to talk about issues, to talk about opportunities. Negative people talk about other people. So what do you want to talk about when you talk to people? Do you want to talk about growth? Do you want to talk about being better? Do you want to talk about maturing and making more monetary gains? Or do you want to talk about John, Joaquin, Sally, and how much you dislike or they something that they did displeasured you? It's a focus of where's your mind? What do you want to focus on? What's your mentality? And how do you want to drive? Because people feed off your energy.
That's right.
So if you focus on positive things, people will, when they come in contact with you, will feed off of the positive things. I don't want to get too religious, but there was a saying in church that I love. And this pastor said, if you live this way, when you get within 3 feet of a person, recognize and understand that either you have a blessing for them or they have a blessing for you.
For you. Yes.
And if you focus your life in that kind of a mindset, a positive mindset, there are no limitations to where you can go.
Exactly. Wow. That's powerful. That's powerful. If you're loving what Velton Showell III is sharing, go ahead and put in number 5 in the comment block below. And for those of you that are placing this on repeat, you're watching it now, but you're repeating it, share it when you repeat this, because this is powerful information. And so, Velton, let's get right into number 5.
Ooh, number five. You know, that's the $1 billion scenario in today's world. Valuing differences and diversity. Why all of a sudden is this an issue? This should have been an issue from the beginning of time. Differences. How do you grow? If everybody was thinking the same way, there'd be no experiments. There'd be no need for us to do anything different, because we are all looking at everything the same way. And there's a saying that says, if the two of us are the same, one of us isn't needed. So focus and embrace the fact that people are different. I was in sales and marketing for 25 years, and the power of having people that were diverse allowed us to understand how to touch other markets. If they were of a different religion, they understood what the people of that religion gravitated to. If they were under a different sexual orientation, they understand people of that sexual orientation and what they gravitate to. If they're of a different ethnicity, they understand what the people of that ethnicity will gravitate to. We shouldn't push that away. We should embrace that so that we can be more knowledgeable as individuals and as a company.
Exactly.
To infiltrate those types of things. And diversity.
Yes.
The bottom line is we all look different. We all are tall, or some of us are short, some of us are a little heftier, some of us are a little thinner, some of us are of a light persuasion, some of us are a darker persuasion. But Joan Elliott said something, and I love, if you don't know who Joan Elliott is, you need to look her up, because she is an incredible person. And this is what diversity is all about. God created one race, the human race. Man made the changes. And until we understand as a people, as human beings, that we are brothers, sisters, and cousins, and we're all on this world and this planet together, and you doing better than me is not really me doing worse than you, but you not doing as well as you could, because together we can do more than you can do by yourself. So me being down here and you being up here, it's a temporary situation. So value the differences. Value the diversity.
Wow. That's great. That's great stuff. That's great stuff. So for those of you that's just joining us for 15 Minutes of Success with Dr. Lotus Riché and my amazing guest, Mr. Velton Showell III, we've just talked about 5 key components that has helped him attain success and helps him to continue being successful in his day-to-day life and business operations. So we're going to recap them so that you can write them down and you can share them. And if those of you are just coming on, you might want to hit replay. No, I don't want to say might. Hit replay so you don't miss anything. So the first thing he shared was show up with the best version of you. The second thing you shared, Velton, was confidence. Know what your strengths are and know your limitations. It's crucially important because sometimes we can overstep when we think we've got so much confidence and we really are not empathetic with the people that are hearing our message or that are working with us. And treat people the way you want to be treated. And number 4, focus on the positive and not the opposite. And number 5, value differences and diversity. So when we talk about diversity, we've got an amazing conference that's coming up, Becoming the Best You. And this amazing conference has a diverse array of people that are going to be there. And we know, Velton, that you're going to be there. And so, folks, just in case you haven't seen anything about the conference, we're going to share something about the conference with you right now. We'll be right back. One of the best conferences of the year is finally here, Becoming the Best You Conference. Join us live or virtually and hear from the greatest speakers in the country. Brenda Ringwood, Terrence Lethbridge, Stacey Wahey, Arcavius Armstrong, Dr. Lotus Riché, Regina Platt, Dr. Rick Fulton, Anthony Russo, Chuck Doyle, Dr. Ruben West, Jennifer Lauren, Jessica Mortier, Dr. Jawanda Rollins-Fells, Dr. Lauren Michaels-Harris, Indy Nam, Tracy Randolph, Isabel Black, Sarah Minguez, Jill Reynolds, Kevin Wilson, Saccone Prince, Definitely Holly, Chuck Prison, Dr. Michael Freeland, Tommy Morgan, Prince Michael, James Griffin, Charlotte White, Aaron Page, Jeremy Nunez, Jeff Markinet Jr., Velton Showell III. Becoming the Best You Conference, February 17th through the 19th, 2023. Clayton Plaza Hotel, St. Louis, Missouri. Get your tickets today. wow. I cannot wait to
Mm-hmm.
hear from you during that conference. So, what can people expect to hear from the amazing leadershipologist himself, Mr. Velton Showell III?
Well, what I really want to talk about is culture. And leadership is about creating a culture around you, whether you're in an organization, whether you're in a business, because culture is what drives us to excellence in our current existence. But think about it like this. There's an old African proverb that says it takes a village to raise a child. And the village has a certain culture in it. And that child grows up in that culture. Even when they get to adulthood, there's a culture that they surround themselves with that either promotes them or pushes them to excellence or inhibits them and brings them to a situation where they really don't want to be. So what we have to do as in our world, in our leadership world, and being the best part of us, is creating a network and a culture that allows us to exhibit the best part of ourselves, to grow, to nurture each other, to expand our horizons, and to fill in the blanks for the people around us. Understand our strengths and know our limitations and gravitate towards people who have strengths where we have weaknesses, not because it makes us feel bad or makes them feel better, but together we can achieve more. It's a team effort. Life is about teamwork and achieving the best you.
Wow. Wow. I cannot wait to hear from you. I know that this conference is going to be amazing. We've got some tremendously incredible host with Brenda Ringwood and the co-host, Mr. Terrence Leffridge. It's going to be dynamic. So, folks, I want to thank you for sharing this broadcast. Again, those of you that's just coming on, don't forget to put it on repeat. Share it out. And of course, we say note takers are money makers and action takers. So please take action and get your tickets today. And you can go ahead and get your ticket right here at www.com changeyourlife.com. I'm sorry. Comechangeyourlife.com. www.comechangeyourlife.com. Okay, so get your tickets there. Tickets are limited. Seats are limited. So you don't want to wait. Don't debate. Don't wait. Get your tickets right away. And you're going to see Velton Showell. You're going to see some other amazing speakers. However,
No, I'm excited.
I think there's only one leadershipologist that's going to be on that stage to help you lead yourself. So, Velton, I can't wait to see you there. And what would you say to all the folks about getting their tickets?
Don't wait. And my good friend who I can't wait to see, Dr. Ruben West, says something. Wait broke the scale.
Yes.
So if you wait, you may get left out. You may be standing outside wishing that you could get in, wishing that you could experience what those who took action experienced.
Exactly.
Opportunity dances with people already on the dance floor. Are you willing to seize the opportunity? Are you willing to do the things that other people won't so that you can have the things that other people can't? Those are just some of the things that I think you should think of when you see this in front of you, because this is the opportunity of a lifetime. It doesn't happen every day. I looked at the lineup of these speakers and I was like, whoa,
yes,
there is some power that's going to be in this room. And
yes,
Brenda has put together a lineup off the chain.
Yes. I tell you, it's going to be incredible. So, Velton, I want to share with our viewers worldwide that they need to contact you. So I know you've got a bunch of stuff coming up in your
Mhm.
own right outside of the conference, and I know you've got a gift for us today. So let's talk
Yes.
about that.
Oh, yeah. Everybody who's tuned in today, I'm going to give you a free gift. If you text the word leadershipology, and that's a word that I made up, it's the study of leadership, because I'm a student of leadership. I don't just come up with this in 20 minutes or less. I study every day. Text the
Exactly.
word leadershipology, your full name, and your email address to 954-329-0281. I'll give you a free gift. Something that from me to you, that just as a thank you for your time and attention today.
Awesome. I'm loving it. Get your ticket today, but get your free gift from Velton. Get your free gift from Velton. You're going to love it. And so, Velton, let's talk about how people can connect with you
Sure.
in other ways, because I know you got a membership community that you're hosting, and then you've got a 5-day challenge coming up. So let's talk about the membership community as well.
Sure. The membership community is called the Culture of Champions. And you can sign up for the membership community, where I basically open up the opportunity for you to take advantage of the things that I've studied, the people that I've worked with, some of the people that I've met, some of the speeches that I've given, some of the recordings. I am one of the recordings, and this is amazing because I have a podcast called the Executive Think Tank. And one of the recordings is Dr. Reuben West, Dr. Willie Jolly, Dr. George Frazier, and Dr. Dennis Kimbrough, all on one recording, where I interviewed all 4 of them about their keys to success. And you get a chance to basically, as part of the membership organization, have access to that. There's 65 books that I recommend and that I've read over the last 3 years, and I give you a recording and an excerpt on each of those books. You also have access to some of the courses. The book that I just wrote, Leadership Dynamics, The Principles of Leadership. There are 52 principles that every successful leader needs to understand. Well, there's a course that surrounds them that will not only tell you what the principles are, and I shared 5 of them with you today, but it teaches you how to utilize those principles and how to get the most impact through those principles by reading the book, watching the videos, and then exercises in the workbook, questions in the workbook that are going to help drive home those points for you. So I put together a community called the Culture of Champions, and you get a chance through my Heartbeat community to interact with people just like you who are looking to develop an environment of excellence.
That's awesome. And then I know you've got a challenge coming up. It's a 5-day challenge. Share with us a bit about that, because I know that's going to be powerful.
Well, some people say, well, you got this membership community, you got all this stuff, and I'm not sure. Well, if you're not sure, here's what I'm going to do. The 5-day challenge is free. 5 days of me giving you information for free. Okay.
Wow.
And you can take the challenge. It starts on December 12th, and it goes for 5 days. And you're going to get video information. You're going to get an affirmation of each day. I've got a song for each day, and it's called Team Me to Team We. And it's all about creating a teamwork environment. I'm strong and hefty on community and environment, because here's how I came up with Team Me to Team We. For those of you who are not basketball fans, you may not have heard of Phil Jackson. Well, Phil Jackson was the coach of the Chicago Bulls, championship Chicago Bulls, and the championship Lakers, Los Angeles Lakers. And they talked to Phil, and they said to him, how do you get all of these superstars to work together? How do you get all of these talented individuals to put their egos on the back shelf and step forward to create these dynasties? And here's what he said, and I love this. He said, good teams become great when the players learn to trust each other. Remember that word, trust each other enough to replace me with we. So that's why I came up with the Team Me to Team We scenario. How do you go from focusing on me to focusing on we? Because together, everybody achieves more.
Wow, that's awesome. That's why I always say no takers are money makers and action takers. So make sure you're taking notes from the leadershipologist himself, and make sure you get your free gift from Velton Showell III. You do not want to miss getting this free gift, because when he gives you something from his leadership vault, I'm telling you, it's going to change your life for the better. So until we meet again, make sure you stay tuned for 15 minutes of success with Dr. Lotus Riché, because I'm going to have some more dynamic speakers coming your way with this amazing conference that both Velton and I are a part of. And we'd like for you to be a part of it too, so you can help change your life for the better in the new coming year. But not just in the new coming year, but for every year to come. So make sure you jump on this 5-day challenge. It's going to happen in 3 days. It's coming up on the 12th. So make sure you be there, you be square. And so Velton, again, I want to thank you for joining me here today for 15 minutes of success with Dr. Lotus Riché. Don't forget, look down below as it scrolls, get your free gift from Velton Showell, and make sure you get your amazing ticket for the Becoming the Best You Conference 2023. Get your tickets, because we want to see you there. And until we see you next time, always remember that it doesn't take a long time to make up your mind to be successful. You just got to make up your mind and make it happen. Talk to you later, and have a great day. One of the best conferences of the year is finally here, Becoming the Best You Conference. Join us live or virtually and hear from the greatest speakers in the country. Brenda Ringwood, Terrence Lethbridge, Stacey Wahey, Arcavius Armstrong, Dr. Lotus Riché, Regina Platt, Dr. Rick Fulton, Anthony Russo, Chuck Doyle, Dr. Ruben West, Jennifer Lauren, Jessica Moyer, Dr. Jawanda Rollins-Fells, Dr. Lauren Michaels Harris, Indy Nam, Tracy Randolph, Isabel Black, Sarah Minguez, Jill Reynolds, Kevin Wilson, Saccone Prince, Definitely Holly, Chuck Prison, Dr. Michael Freeland, Tommy Morgan, Prince Michael, James Griffin, Charlotte White, Aaron Page, Jeremy Nunez, Jeff Markinet Jr., Velton Showell III. Becoming the Best You Conference, February 17th through the 19th, 2023. Clayton Plaza Hotel, St. Louis, Missouri. Get your tickets today. Thank you for watching the show, and be sure to follow us on Instagram. Like and share, and let us know that you care. Also, let us know what other type of shows you'd like us to present just for you.